What is up, Girth Gang? We're back with another video. I'm Colt. Welcome to the Meaty556 channel. Today we're talking about cheap training. And for cheap training, I picked up one of these. This is a Ruger Mark IV Lite. All right. This weapon is clear of ammo, clear of a magazine, and it will not be loaded today. I'm going to talk about how expensive ammo is right now. Unfortunately, with what's going on in our country, ammo prices are starting to climb, and I think they will continue to climb in the near future. So, what did I do to mitigate that? I spent more money to try and mitigate my training. No. I got a really good deal on this. This is at a pawn shop. Lightly used. Came with the box, the mags, everything for $400. You can't find these for less than $550. That's why I tell you guys, check your pawn shops, check your local gun shops. Every once in a while, you'll find a smoking deal like this. If you find a Ruger Mark IV Lite, which came out recently in the terms of the gun world, for $400, you're crazy if you don't buy it. So I pulled a little money out of my savings account in order to buy this because I know I just knew that I would never find another deal like this with a nice Ruger Mark IV with a nice pick rail that I could put a bougie sight on there and run this. But my thought was, wow, I remember when I was a kid, all I had was a Marlin 60-22. That was my first 22. And I remember I learned to shoot on that, and I learned to plink on that. And with what's going on in the world today, 5.56 ammo is roughly 50 cents a round. I mean, it might be a little cheaper some places, but I equate it to about 50 cents a round after shipping if you find a good deal or whatever. And 9mm is like 25 cents a round, and that's a good deal. You know, it's more like 26, 27 cents a round. And I try to not go crazy, but I limit myself at the ranges. But I'm still shooting 400 rounds of pistol and a couple hundred rounds of rifle every time I go train. That adds up really fast. So I was like, what can I do to mitigate this? I came up with getting some 22s. Now, the initial cost is kind of expensive, but when you're paying a nickel a round, you know, and Ruger's run a 10-round magazine, you can't really go through that much ammo that fast. And these are so fun to shoot. I've ran subs through this, and you don't even need ear pro. You know, it's like, it's not like the movies where it's like, but if you slap the can on this, it would be like the movies, like John Wick, where it's, you know, real quiet. I don't know if you guys are picking that up on the audio with my phone, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's talk about this gun. So I had never owned a Ruger Mark anything. They started with the 1, and obviously now they're up to the 4. One of my good friends who's a gun guy like me, he picked up the Ruger Mark IV Tactical. And I was like, dang, that thing's really cool because it has a rail on the bottom. You could put a light, and it had a rail on the top. And he ended up paying like $700 and some, maybe $750 for it, brand new. And I was like, dang, dude, that thing is really sweet. And he's like, dude, we could train cheap. You know, you buy a decent holster for this, and this is, I mean, you're not gonna get the recoil impulse, but it's better, in my opinion, it's better than just dry firing because at least you're still hitting targets, and you still have to pick up a sight picture, present your firearm, and do your work, right? So in my eyes, this is a step up from airsoft, but a step down from shooting 9mm. You don't get the recoil, but at least you get something. You get the noise impulse, and you get to put lead down range. So in my eyes, that's worth it. And I was like, yeah, dude, if I find something cheap, I can't spend $700 on a 22. And I remember I had a friend when I was graduating college who owned a bunch of land. I used to hunt with him, and he used to carry a Woodsman on his hip. There's a little 22 Woodsman. They have a real real squirrely, waspy, whimsical looking handle, and they're kind of like a gun of the 90s. But it was a very accurate 22, and it was very fun to shoot because it was, it's cheap. And that's what everybody thinks when they think 22 long rifles. It's cheap, and it is. It's cheaper than running 9mm and stuff if you want to train. If you want to put rounds downrange and get good at shooting. So this Ruger Mark IV, this is the light version. It has cuts, lightening cuts in the barrel. It is very light. I don't know what it weighs. I didn't really look up the specs. It has ambi safeties on it. I shot it yesterday. It does have bolt hold open or slide hold open. It does work on this one, which is always a good sign. Sometimes you end up with some issues with that. I haven't busted this down to clean it, but from what I've read, they fixed a lot of the like problems. I guess the Mark 1, 2, and 3 were a pain in the ass to like bust down and clean. I don't know because I didn't own any, but I guess if you clean your guns and you're adamant about that, then this one's a lot easier to do. They also said that you can dry fire these, because I've been into a lot of shops and you pick up a Ruger Mark 1, 2, or 3 and they're like, whoa, no dry fire. We don't have any 22 Snapcats, no dry fire. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's fine. I mean, that's cool, But according to Ruger's website, you can dry fire these. I do occasionally, not like I don't train with it. I dry fire like when I'm sitting on the couch. I'll dry fire with like my Glock, one of my Glocks or something, just because that's what I use most of the time. But I'll go ahead and run this trigger for you guys. Little take up. Oh, I don't think it's gonna go without the. Oh, you have to put the magazine in. See, we're learning together. See, now I gotta download this mag. It's fine. You guys are gonna sit here with me while I download it. I guess this is what makes my channel special. Raw footage, no editing. You're gonna see me download a Ruger Mark IV mag. Okay, we're in. Bolt hold open. Drop that bad boy. Safety off. Okay, now let's try it. We're clear. Little take up. Little break. Little reset, another take up. It's 22, dude. It's got a decent trigger. It's not awful. I wouldn't, nothing to write home about, but it goes bang, This one has the, like, I guess you'd call that, like, steel blue color to it. It's pretty. It's pretty. It's got a gold barrel, gold trigger. It's pretty, that's for sure. But, shit, My buddy has the all-black tactical one. It looks a little more punchy than this one. Looks a little cooler, but he also paid almost double. So I'll take the blue one. If I get real squirrely and this thing starts getting used a lot, I might rattle can it. I'm not opposed to that. But yeah, man, I think this is a metal pick rail. Yeah, metal pick rail up top. Pretty sweet. If you come across one of these, they are accurate. I shot it yesterday. It's very accurate. It's as accurate as I am. I can hit the broadside of a barn like 1 out of 3. So if you get a chance to snag one of these, I've seen the Ruger Mark 1s and 2s. I've seen them for $100. And they're cool. They're cool little 22. No, you can't go wrong with a 22 pistol. In my opinion, you can't go wrong with 22 at all if you get it for the right price. They're just cool and they're fun. And for a survival gun, it'd probably be a 22. I don't know if it'd be a pistol or like a Ruger 1022 or maybe a Marlin 60. I really like mine because it has a tube magazine. You don't lose those little brick magazines. I've seen people hunt squirrels with me and they lose their Ruger 1022 magazines, and I know they're not cheap. But this is the 2245. This has like the 45 style grip on it. I could see it. When I grabbed it, I was like, feels pretty good. Murdered out sights, all black sights. Threaded barrel, 1/2x28, very common thread pattern. I definitely plan on getting a short little can for this, like the dead air ones. I think that'd be so fun because it's gonna sound like a dang stapler. It's gonna It's gonna sound like a nail gun. So I definitely would love to get one of those. And I'll probably slap maybe a RMR or an SRO on this once the funds allow. I'm pretty much out of gun funds right now. I've been buying a few to do these reviews and stuff, and the rest goes to ammo. You know, I definitely have to manage my money when it comes to this hobby because it's expensive. And I like to hunt too, so I got to make sure I have all my stuff for that. But this is definitely going to be a good training option, is running the little Ruger. Get a little holster for it and skin that thing for your pistol shots. And I like it. I think it's really cool. My wife likes it too. It doesn't recoil and it's not super loud when I run subs through it. I did run the 22 quiets through this, and those are 790 feet per second, CCI 22 quiet. I did not cycle them, so that was kind of a bummer because they were really quiet. But these are Federal. I don't know what grain they are or what they are, but I had them in a box and they cycle. So, and they're not super loud. You could run this without ears. I'm not saying make yourself deaf, but you could definitely run this without ears. I remember when I was a kid, we never wore ears, so it's probably why I'm a little deaf now in my training now. But yeah, man, Ruger Mark 22 or Ruger Mark 4 Lite 2245, sick little pistol. All right, guys, that's it for today. Take care.